Hey, what's happening guys? I'm ika.himee and welcome to my channel. So I do want to apologize for the delay in video. I know this is not going up as scheduled. No, I am not starting a new schedule at all. I am just posting this a little bit later because I really wanted to do a video this week, and I know that I missed my scheduled day. My scheduled day is still every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m., but a winter storm came through and I kind of had taken the week off for that. So I am actually back now. The great thaw has come, so now it's time to get back to actual work stuff, and I figured that since I didn't really have a lot planned for this video, and the one plan I did have didn't really go as I wanted it to, I decided to just go ahead and do some of this. So we're actually going to just be doing a little flip through of my Sketchbook Slam challenge so far. I know that when I had started it and when I had shown the video, I had originally planned to just do like a final walkthrough of all of it, but let's face it, this thing is 600 pages and no one is going to stick around for a video that long, at least not on my channel. So I'm actually just going to do it in increments. So this is the first 3 days, and I know it's taken a long time to get to this point, but December is a very busy month, and I had a lot of stuff going on, and Christmas kind of put me back on my Sketchbook Slam challenge, so I am trying to get back to it a little bit here and there, but I do have some work to do that's not Sketchbook Slam related, but I am going to do my best to get this done as quickly as possible. So yeah, I have added more stickers since you've seen it last. I did order some more Dragon Maid stickers from Girati. But yeah, here we go. Let's just get right into Sketchbook Slam, and I hope that the sketchbook isn't too tall to knock my webcam out of the way. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Alright, we made it. We made it. So first off, we have the first page, which I started on December 5th. I have it dated. I wanted to really try out drawing a tree, really like intricate kind of tree, and this is definitely not as intricate as the reference image was, but I think it still, all in all, came out okay. I got some of the root structure down, and then of course the trunk and the branches and stuff, and I really did want to kind of test layering a bit with the markers, because I did actually go out and get some Crayola markers because they're water-based, so they won't bleed through as much, unless you of course lay it on heavy, which obviously I'm not, but they don't really bleed through so much. So I definitely got those because I wanted to add color in the sketchbook. I didn't want it to just be black and white or red or whatever, so I just I gotta get some color, and I wanted to test some layering, so there's a couple of spots up here, and yeah, that didn't work as I planned. There was actually like a lot more trees in the background, but I'm like, I'm not drawing that. I have to do 20 pages a day. I'm not drawing that. So their next page over here. I went to Century Stock and got some reference images to look at. This one I'm obviously not very fond of. This was my first reference image, and I was kind of still experimenting with how I was going to be doing it, so I just did like a rough outline, and if you can see the red underneath it, and you're going to see it a lot as we go through, but it's actually this thing. This is a Prismacolor Color Erase color pencil, and I actually use it quite a lot throughout this book, and I use it for other things too. Because they're really handy to have. I actually want to get more of them. I stole this one from my art teacher. I didn't steal it. I found it on the floor in her art classroom. So, finders keepers. This one over here again is just another reference thing. I enjoyed this pose. I thought it was very fun and playful, and it's not perfect. I messed up on this part. I drew it was supposed to go this way. The fold is supposed to, skin fold is supposed to go that way, but I did it that way because I'm a dumbass. But yeah, but I did really enjoy this pose, and drawing it had a nice flow to it. I really enjoyed that part of it. Oh, and the next one here, this is actually my character Chiharu. from my manga Belladonna, and as of right now, Belladonna doesn't have an official release date, but it will be released 2018. So look out for that. It is a one-shot, and it's a horror manga. So for that, I really wanted to kind of do a study of Junji Ito's work, because he does some incredibly horrifying things, and his style is very interesting, and I really love it. Like, especially Tomi, I really enjoy all of that actually. So I kind of wanted to draw my character in a style kind of resembling his. So it's like, it's not exactly his style, it's just kind of like inspired by his style. And I actually think it came out really nice. I do have some, like, this is another pen. This isn't Crayola. This is like a Prismacolor brush pen that I have in a like peachy pink that I really really love. And this one actually, it doesn't bleed through because it's like an inking pen. So yeah, that was nice. But you'll be seeing more of her soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And of course, I have a skull, because I didn't know how to draw skulls, and I really wanted to know how to draw skulls, because skulls are really cool. And actually, I think this helped a lot, because I think just like drawing it, I'm like one of those people where like I kind of, if I draw it like a couple of times, then I'll kind of like, it'll really be easy, and I'll kind of like remember the structure of it more. So like even just like one time is like, it helps. I don't know. But yeah, and I wanted to use more color, so I decided to throw down like a blue shadow and then like yellow scribbly light on it. I mean, it seems silly when I did it, but I actually kind of like how it looks, so you know, whatever works, I guess. And then over here we have like a Victorian house. I really enjoy Victorian architecture. I think it's very cool. I don't know how comfortable I would be living in a Victorian house. I don't know. It's like I've not been in many of them. I don't know if I've really been in. Yeah, I don't know how many of them I've really actually been in my life. But I typically I get kind of weird vibes from the buildings themselves. I don't know why I do, but I mean, I don't get that from all of them, obviously, but a lot of them that I come across, I do get some kind of strange vibes. But anyways, that's kind of unrelated. I know it's like kind of wonky and like tilted and stuff. I didn't use a ruler for it, obviously. Don't have time to be that picky about what I was drawing. So I really wanted to try and work with seeing objects like this, elaborate objects, as shapes to build off of. So I actually was drawing like big rectangles here for this part, and then doing like triangles and then rectangles and stuff, and then just kind of adding stuff to it and adding the flow to get everything to look right. So it's just kind of like an exercise in using shapes more. And yeah, of course I added trees and stuff because the reference image had trees, and I didn't want it to be a house in the middle of nowhere, so I had to add some context to it so that I wouldn't die of how it didn't have any context. And over here, I don't know how well you can actually see it, but this is just really just a sketch page that I did with my color erase of Betty Boop. I have Betty Boop posters all over my wall. They're not even posters, they're calendar pictures. I bought an entire calendar so that I could dismantle it and put the pictures on my wall. But yeah, so I have her all over to look at. But I am terrible at drawing her, and I know that I'm terrible at drawing her. I don't have time to draw her better, so there's just like a couple of doodles, and then a space filler. I drew an ass, and then another space filler. I drew a cartoony cow, because I really like classic cartoons like a lot, so I wanted to add more to that page because it felt kind of empty. Here we go back to Senshi stock, because she has some really good pose references, and I wanted to do more action pose stuff, so I wanted to try it because I've never done a pose quite like this, and it's just like it had a very dynamic actiony look to it, and I wanted to try that out. Because sometimes I have trouble with like shoulder alignment and stuff with poses like this, and yeah, so I tried it. I think it came out okay. And moving on. Here's another one that I royally fucked up. This is actually like supposed to be a like a perspective drawing, and it's not really very perspective-y. That's not a word. But I made this arm a bit too long. In the reference image though, her arm, the perspective of the arm, it looks unnaturally long, so I know why I drew it that way, but when you look at it, it looks like shit. So I know that I kind of messed that up, as well as like this perspective down here. This is all wrong, but you don't learn if you don't try. So I definitely tried, and you know, next time I'll try to do better. I'll also try and give myself more time to work on it, because again, 20 pages a day, don't really have time to focus on stuff like that. And then here, I know I said that I wouldn't be doing a lot of free doodles or anything like that, but I lied, because just doing reference images all the time is soul crushing and I need a break. So I did on the side, I wanted to do a double page spread. I really did want to do that. So on this side, I drew my character Hanayo from a different manga, not Belladonna. She is not from Belladonna. She's from a different one, a much longer manga. But yeah, so this is Hanayo, my wonderful pigtail girl. And then on the side is Kai. Obviously, as you can see, the red string, love interest. Wow, oh, this is not every shoujo ever. Yeah, pretty. I mean, I don't really have anything to say about it. It was just kind of like a fun doodle that took me way longer than it should have. So, my bad. And then we come back over here, and I was trying to think of things to draw, and I was like, I want to draw animals. And I have a bunny. I actually have 3 bunnies. I have this bunny, the one that I drew here, he is a lap, and his name is Radar because when he was a baby, he had airplane ears. And if you don't know what that is, it's when like their ears, like they stick straight out, like a level playing field, like they haven't flopped, but they're not standing up yet either. They're just kind of like level. And so we named him Radar because every time he turned his head, there was like a little radar thing, and it was really cute. And he's such a pretty bunny, and he is so sweet. He is such a sweet boy. Yeah, so I kind of doodled him from memory. I didn't look up any pictures or anything like that. I mean, bunnies are really simple because they're just composed of very simple shapes. Especially because like their entire body is like a circle. It's very, very cute. And then I have fuzzy dice hanging up in my room, so I wanted to draw those. They're very shittily done, but I really don't care because it was just a space filler. And then over here we have a pair of shoes, because I was like, hey, I should draw more shoes. I should learn how to draw shoes more realistically. And I drew these shoes, and I realized that I absolutely hate drawing shoes. Not that I hate drawing shoes, but I hate drawing shoes without context. Like, these are just like, I'm just drawing like a freaking 10-year-old shoes, you know? It's just like left them when they got off school. They just like left them in the hallway. Like, I just drew their shoes. Like, that's stupid, and I don't like doing that. So I think that if I draw shoes again, I mean, I'm probably not going to do it for this sketchbook because that, I don't know, I feel silly, and like, you can see on the laces, like, I clearly didn't give a shit. I was just trying to fill a space, basically, and I think that when I draw shoes again, I'll actually just draw them on a person because I hate drawing them without context. It's just, ugh, it feels stupid, and I hate it. And over here, we have a rose, because I'm terrible at drawing roses and most flowers, but roses especially. For some reason, I can't figure it out. I have tried. I have looked up so many references for drawing roses. It's ridiculous, and I can't draw them. I don't know why, and it pisses me off. And every time I try, I learn literally nothing. I have probably looked at references 12.5 times for roses, and I have drawn them at least 12 times with references, and I can't. This doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. I can't put it together. I cannot put it together. So at least I'm trying, and hopefully one day I'll like figure out a hack like, oh wow, I was making it really hard, but as is right now, there's like no hack. And this ridiculous page is dedicated to fabric. And it says fabric, LOL. I don't know if you can see that, but it does. And this little thing, this was a reference image. I looked up a reference image of fabric because I wanted to kind of draw folds, because folds are really weird. And I picked some really weird folds. And it looks even weirder considering the fact that I don't have a way to blend out the shadows. So it just looks like an absolute mess. And sorry, those are coins. So it just looks like an absolute mess, and it makes me laugh. It really kind of does. And then down here, I was like, I gotta fill up this page and justify that fabric faux pas. So I just drew more fabric stuff. And then, ooh, we get to a character of mine, another character. Her name is Rena. A lot of people mistake her for Nana, which is really irritating because they're not really all that similar. This, I don't know when this story will be released. There's really been no work made on it, aside from like, here's the basic plot line of it. Ta-da! Like that's really all that's been done of it. But Rena actually, like, people have mentioned, they're like, oh, she looks like Nana, you should make her hair longer. But the thing is, like, I don't want to make her hair longer because the length of her hair is actually really important to her character. But yeah, so this is Rena, not Nana. Rena, not Nana. And then we come over here, and I drew this because I was watching Good Game for probably the 5th time, maybe 6th, I don't know. Only episode 1 though, because I'm too cheap for YouTube Red. Sorry YouTube, but I can't afford that. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna wait a while, and I'll probably get YouTube Red just so that I can like finish watching Good Game. But I do enjoy the first episode. It's quite entertaining, and so hashtag esports people. And again, more Good Game doodles over here. This is like my favorite scene from that episode. I really enjoy Game Grumps, and Aaron and Danny I find very entertaining, very humorous, and a lot of their humor is very similar to my sense of humor. Alright, here we go. Page filler. Random girl. And then some old styly cartoon cloud over here. And then just an old styly cartoon with a pointy nose. Space filler. I actually like that one though. And I do like this one, but I like that one too. Let's see what's on the next page. Oh, okay, so my friend, when Earth-chan became a thing, and this was before she had like that official design. I don't like her official design. And it's not like official like a company decided it, but it's like official in the way that like someone designed it and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's the design we should use to represent Earth. I actually don't like it. I don't think it's cute or anything of the sort. It's just kind of irritates me. And I actually like my friend's designs way better. And her designs, they are more basic, like humanoid type designs. You know, they're not really hugely representative of like the Earth. Like, it's not like their hair isn't looking like the Earth, their shirt doesn't look like the Earth or whatever, but like it's kind of like what she did was take more of like what she imagined the personality of the Earth and the planets to be, and she created a character based off of that. And I really enjoy her character design. So this one over here, this is Pluto. Pluto's a trap. Pluto is adorable. Like, really adorable. So cute. This was like, as soon as I saw Pluto, as soon as she posted the picture, I was like, I have to draw it. I have to. So I did. And then he took a whole page. So congratulations, dude. You made it to the Sketchbook Slam. And over here, we have Earth, and we have Moon. Now, I love Moon. Moon is everything that I love in a character. She is cute, she's small, and she has a lot of hair. I really do enjoy her design. I like everything about Moon. Earth is fun, but Earth, I think that my love of Earth is a lot more like her personality based, whereas with Moon, it's like her style and aesthetics, like if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I don't know. But I just realized that I think there's a thing that I forgot to add. So there we go. A video of me working on my Sketchbook Slam. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, I'm using Faber-Castell for most of this, and they're really old, and my cat chewed them up a long time ago, and they're dying. So congratulations. This is probably going to be their final rest of the place. The sketchbook slam. Sorry, not anything important. Next page is, oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, so at this point I had started watching Harmon Quest. I really enjoy Harmon Quest. I like a lot of funny things. I am a huge fan of Rick and Morty, and Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland did some amazing work with Rick and Morty, and I do enjoy. I have a very broad sense of humor, I really do. So I enjoy a lot of Dan Harmon's sense of humor. So Harmon Quest, especially when he gets other comedians in it, it's really fun for me, and I really, as you can see, I really loved Bior. Her design and everything I found very appealing. It's probably like the most appealing design in it, but you know, I don't know. I really enjoyed drawing her, and I think that she is played very well. And of course I did draw a little fondue, because you can't not draw fondue. I can't draw fondue very well because I was kind of going for like a spin-off of the official style for Harmon Quest, and yeah. That's not my style, so it doesn't really work out very well, but I did try and draw fondue. And again, oh, this is one of my favorite parts. Like, I like this kind of like, I like the swearing and stuff because I find it more realistic to what a character would actually say in these situations, so I find that very fun. But there was like the dragon skill episode, or the egg thing, the dragon egg, and it's like, oh fuck, like that part, and I'm like, I lose it every time in the part. It's so fun. And of course at the bottom we have space filler, so I drew a little dragon with a little kissy face on the stick figure thingy, and a mouse. I drew a mouse because why not? Let's fill some space. And here we go back to Senshi stock, a little bit less fun stuff, just some pose references. I never draw poses with the arms straight up, so I was like, I should probably try that because, you know, I need to. And over here we have a reaching out pose. Sometimes I do reaching out poses fine, and sometimes I don't, so that was kind of like the inspiration for actually doing another reaching out pose, was that I am not like consistently good at it. And then she has like a folder for like Harry Potter wizard related stuff and poses, so this was one of them, and you know, the wand and just kind of like a perspective angle thing that was kind of fun and cool to do. I like the flow of it. I think it flowed very, very powerfully. It's a very like intimidating look. And then of course the broom, I did mess up here, and with the alignment, like the broom should be where like my red lines are is where the broom should actually be, but it's not where the broom ended up. But yeah, I did try. I don't hate this pose. I don't love it, but you know, I tried. This one over here, I'm actually surprisingly like quite happy with. I've never drawn this kind of pose, and I never draw guns, and I know that the gun isn't like perfect or anything like that because I wasn't trying for a perfect gun, obviously. This is just like a pose thing. I can look up guns whenever I want. But this was really just like a pose thing, so there's like the red lines and stuff, and then I went over with the ink. And I was happy that it actually kind of does look like it has perspective to it. So yeah, good job looking to reference me. And of course, you know, space filler. And I wanted to like add to the implied perspective, so I actually did like a perspective-based rectangle instead of like just doing it like a square or whatever. Yeah, so it kind of looks like a mat that she's laying on, and that's kind of cool. And I shaded her with yellow because complementary colors. I'm a freak. Here we got some random panty and stocky doodles. That's really bad. That wasn't the first one I drew. This was the first one I drew. This one's not as bad. I do enjoy like the actual anime, like the more detailed style that the anime puts in for panty and stocking. So I wanted to kind of like draw something based on that style itself. And it doesn't come out perfect, but it came out a lot better than that shit. And then we come down here, and Stalking used to always be my favorite character, but honestly, looking back, I don't know if she is my favorite character because I do enjoy Panty quite a lot. So I actually, at this point, I think it's probably tied between Panty and Stalking, but I do enjoy like how obsessed with sugar she is, and the one scene where she's like, "Don't talk to me until I find my goddamn sugar." Like, I really like that scene. Yeah. I wish there was more Panty and Stalking for me to watch, but I guess not. Again, another Betty Boop because I can't let it go. I'm like, I want to draw it well, and I can't. This one is actually better. Like, I mean, I know the hair's all, you know, messed up and whatnot, but as far as like the body and stuff goes, I'm not super mad at that. And I did want to do like Color Splash red, and thinking about it, I was like, I should have made her lips red too, but you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then we come to this one, which is basically a doodle filler page because I was like, I'm tired and I have a lot more pages to do yet. So I do have 2 Blackmore telescope goldfish. They are my babies. They're so pretty and I love them. So I kind of just doodled them from memory. And like I have doodled them before, but yeah, they're fancy goldfish, so they're like really floofy and stuff. And then of course we have this gigantic Umaru over here that looks like shit, but that's okay because it's Umaru. And then her little hamsters, because I was looking at my romance and I was like, what do I have that I can draw? And I have these 2 plushies, so I was like, I'll just draw the hamsters. And of course I drew a potato chip and then this little squishy Umaru, which I'll probably, thinking about it, I'll probably just like take this, refine it a little bit, and then make a charm out of it, because I actually do think it's really silly and adorable in a really kind of funny kind of way. Oh yes, here we go, more Harmon Quest, because I'm trash, and I've probably watched Harmon Quest like 5 times probably, I don't know, at least. So yeah, more Bjor. I tried Fondue again, not great, but I did try. And the little goblin, he's fun. I enjoy his personality. He's fun, but I kind of enjoy like Bjor's just kind of like going in like, I use my intimidate and I have no diplomacy, and like just kind of like her way of declaring things is very funny to me. And then, you know, it was Christmas. I was watching Santa Claus, so I drew Santa Claus. Wow, how about that? I was super original. And I gave him a pipe because, you know, that was kind of like the Santa Claus of the 50s, right? He always had like a freaking pipe. He doesn't have a pipe anymore because smoking is bad and it kills people, but, you know, once upon a time. And whew, here we go. This is horrifying to look at. I have a really bad habit that I'm going to try and break, but every time I draw something, my head unconsciously tilts, and I don't know why it tilts, but it does. And so the perspective, like when you tilt your head, it doesn't look too bad, but when you straighten it, it looks really bad. So I'm trying to break my habit of that. But this again is Hanayo, and these are they're strategically placed rectangles. I mean triangles. I don't even know my shapes. How am I an artist? Oh my god. Strategically placed triangles. This, I don't really need to talk about that. That's just a mess from start to finish. Again, this is Rena, not Nana, but I wanted to draw an ass, and then I figured that I should probably, you know, context. Mostly just wanted to draw an ass. That's really it. Again, more Senshi stock stuff. I never draw gun poses, so doing gun poses and stuff like this was quite helpful, because I've always liked the seriousness that goes along with these types of poses, so I wanted to portray that as best as I could. And here's another gun pose, of course, because, you know, I couldn't not. I need to put more perspective in my work, and actually I'm quite happy with the way the perspective looks in this. So yeah, I'm going to try and work with more perspective as I go along in this challenge, because perspective is like a really difficult thing for a lot of artists, and especially as a person that does a lot of convention work rather than like original like manga work and whatnot. I definitely have to work a lot harder on my perspective, so I'm going to try. I am definitely going to try, but I'm not even mad at that. And then, of course, this was just like a doodle page. This was the beginning of day 3, so I have it dated for day 3. And This is like a question asked because I do have an Ask Instagram for my characters. It's Oceanic Grim. I know it sounds stupid, but there's a reason that it's called that, and the reason is also stupid. But I'm too lazy to change it, so it's just Oceanic Grim with 2 M's. But yeah, so this is my character Lumina, and Thartfluff asked, can I wrap ribbons around her tail? And she's like, only if you make it lovely. She's very self-conscious about her tail. She is a Lamia, so she's very, and I did actually draw it. I haven't posted this anywhere, like online or anything like that, but I did actually kind of doodle it. And of course here we have Goo. They know each other, which you'd find out in the story whenever I get to that. And oh, look, Space Filler Doodle. I really do enjoy a lot of different cartoon styles, and this is kind of like a mixture between like Jessica Rabbit and like Cool World. So yeah, I mean, really nothing to say about that. And this is not from reference. This was I was trying to apply like what I have learned previously and try and create poses based on that. So I really wanted to go for like a ballet look, and a lot of this stuff, it was kind of like I like how her leg came out, because I mean that's basically kind of like how legs work. They do this really weird curvy thing when you stand on your tiptoes, especially like ballerinas, because you know, on their very tiptoes. So it kind of like is straight and then like curves a little bit, and it looks unnatural, but it's actually natural, and it's really weird. But yeah, I tried. It's not perfect, obviously, because I wasn't looking at a reference. I know that I messed this up, but I was inking, so you know, you gotta live with it. And this was another one that I did basically to just kind of like see if I could create poses that looked nice. I did mess up the legs a little bit. When I was coloring, it wasn't as bad, but then I put the color there, and I was like, why the frick did I do that? Because I kind of like, I overcolored, and yeah, it was just, it was bad. Like I don't hate this, but you know, obviously I don't love it. And over here, this is, it's like a desert. I was watching Aladdin that night, and I was like, I need something to fill up this page. And I really kind of like the way that sand does this really weird swiggly thing. And I don't know, I wanted to draw that. And I was like, well, I can't just draw a hill. That's stupid. So I drew a camel. That was my justification for drawing scribbly lines. Most of the stuff in day 3 there was like not a reference for. It was just kind of me trying to put stuff together. But as you can see here, like my red lines are never anatomically accurate. I always fix the anatomy when I go back over, but the red lines are what help me get the pose that I want. So this is why I think that I can't teach, because I think a lot of people have accurate red lines, and I never have accurate red lines. Because they're just really quick swooshing lines that help me understand my pose better, not really where to put things. So yeah, that was just another one of those. And another one of those ballet things that I wanted to try. I don't hate this one. I definitely don't think it's perfect by any means. Obviously it's, you know, not, but I actually don't hate that. It's probably incredibly anatomically incorrect, but I really don't care, because I draw anime, and anime don't give a fuck. These are characters that are actually quite old, and I don't know if many people following me here have actually seen these characters, but these are 2 characters that I created for a story that I will be working on at some point. I don't know when, but hopefully in the near future, because I really do enjoy the story, and I really want to get to it because, well, I really just like the story. I mean, it's as simple as that. But I actually really enjoy these characters because they are ridiculously terrible people. We have Caitlin here, and we have Catherine here, and they are actually kind of based off of people that I went to high school with. Yeah, and they're like, don't base your characters off of real people, but how can I not, when this type of attitude and behavior was something that I so commonly dealt with in school? So these characters are actually kind of inspired by that, as well as like Ganguro fashion. Ganguro? You know, the ridiculous Japanese fashion that for some reason people enjoy. That one. So a lot of this stuff is very exaggerated, and I've actually been quite criticized for the way that I draw them. People think that I draw them stupid. I think it's mostly like they hate the way that I draw their lips. Sorry about it, but I actually like drawing them that way. I think it just further emphasizes how different these characters are from other characters, so I actually really enjoy drawing them for that reason, and it's because they just are so ridiculous. And then over here we have my dog. He passed away actually like 2 years ago, I think. He was a Chow Chow, and we have a picture on our fridge of him when we'd first gotten him, and he was a little puppy, and we had a little pirate hat, and we put this pirate hat on him, and it was adorable, and the picture is on our fridge, and I decided to draw it, and he was so cute, but he got really sick, and here we go with more stuff. She is actually part of the story that Catherine and Caitlin are from. This is my main character of that, Sophie. She's such a cute character. I do enjoy drawing her, and I want to draw her more for sure, but I actually have projects to work on, so I, don't always get the opportunity, but I do enjoy drawing her. And then here we go. I was trying to do some like couples posing without a reference because I was like, I got this. Clearly, as you can see, I did not have this. But yeah, I mean, it's bad, but whatever. I just needed some filler for the page. And here, I know this looks like a mess, but this is actually like a scribble technique thing where you draw a scribble somewhere on the page and then you have to kind of pick out what you see in the scribble and draw it. So this was like the first one I did, this was the second one, this was the third one. So the first one, I scribbled it, and literally every single scribble kind of looked like a penis, but I'm like, I can't draw a penis, that's not using my skills. Well, I mean, but so I was like, well, what's this next thing I see? And it was like a bumblebee. So I was like, I'll do a bumblebee on like a flower, because that kind of looked like a flower. Originally, it was like, I'll draw a bumblebee holding something, but a bumblebee isn't made of rope. They're not going to hold things. So I just drew a flower. And then this one, it looked like one of those really weird, sad, like big bird looking ducks. Yeah. And then this one looked like a really like squished up dolphin. And then, of course, I was like, I need to fill this space, so I just drew the black marker that I was holding. This is bad. This is really bad. I don't even have anything to say about it. So, I mean, I literally drew a little comic over here about how bad that is. Like, what are you, made of silly putty? Yeah, probably. And here we go. More, Caitlin stuff. I really like Caitlin the most. Like, I had initially, like, I think between the two of them, between Caitlin and Catherine, Caitlin is the nicer of the two, but she's still a major bitch. Yeah. They're just, they're so terrible, but I really love them. And then over here is like a little comic. It's read this way. This is another character of mine. She initially went by Double D, but her name is actually like Danielle. And of course I had to draw Catherine too. So it's like, you know, smoking kills, right? Just like, yeah, you should try it sometime. Sick burn. No one likes these girls. Like, literally, like, they're popular from the standpoint that they're seen as attractive, but anyone that's a decent human being that doesn't have a dick hates them. And then, again, I wanted to do some, like, perspective-y thing with Caitlin, and it really looked so terrible, and it just looks like her anaconda don't want none. And this was a space filler. I needed something because I'm like, I can't just leave it with this little shit thing. So I did that. I did a second shit thing. Cool. And then I was like, what else can I draw? Because I'm very tired and I need to draw things. And my room is decorated like the Pink Panther. If you've seen my room, you might know what the little guy behind me is, but you can't actually, I don't know that you can really see like the designs very well, but the Pink Panther is on my wall. So that's something to look for next time you're watching one of my vlogs. Yeah, so he's on my wall in a couple spaces. I really do like Pink Panther, so I decided to draw him. I mean, that looks like crap, but I did try. And of course, we are nearing the end, and I was like, I need stuff to draw, and I had art that I kind of owed people because they have drawn art for me, and I was like, I need to draw them stuff. So this one's actually for Popstick. There's a little dashy thing down there. When I wrote it, like, I forgot to put the dash, but I added it later. There's a dash. It's Popstick. He's a pretty cool dude and has some really cute characters, and this is his little bee girl. I think she's adorable. And then, of course, we have this one for RC. This right here. RC is this... I don't really know how it's pronounced, but that's what it looks like. So that's the Twitter. Those are both like Twitter handles, so you can actually go check out their work. But this is RC's character, Ray, and she's like really adorable because she's like a little ghost girl. How cute is that? And then the last one, I know I was being like super lazy, and I was like, I was really tired at this point. Like my eyes were stinging, and I was like, I need sleep. I was so tired. So, yeah, I felt like I was dying, and I really needed to go to bed. So, yeah, I've never been so happy to see the last page of the day in my life. So yeah, there we go. Close that. That's as far as I've gotten. Day 3. Hope that you enjoyed this walkthrough. I know it was a little long. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel to be updated every time I post new content. Leave a comment down below because I like hearing from you guys. All the links in the description to my social media and shop and my studio pages and stuff, that's all there for you guys. You can go and check that out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!